Yeah, that was a tough one. Just because we had it was such a high to win in 2016, and to really make history, and soak it all in. It was unbelievable, and you really wanted to live in that moment and feel it, and then at some point it kind of faded away, and then you start dreaming and you go like, wow, how awesome would it be to feel that feeling again? But you realize that the chances are very slim of you even having a chance to even get to that point again. So for us to have that opportunity the following year again was like ridiculous. It's a huge opportunity, and then obviously to lose was brutal. It's one thing to get to the opportunity; it's another to not seize it and falter just a step short. So that was tough, because again. As I did realize once we won in 2016, the same realization came in after 2017 that may be the last time you ever have that chance. So that was rough. To be back now, it's again, it's amazing. I said this earlier this week that there's lots and lots of professional athletes that have amazing careers, terrific careers, and unfortunately, they will never get a chance to play for a championship, because there's so many factors that are kind of out of these individuals' hands. So a lot of things have to go right. So for me to get a third chance as an individual, but for the Sounders to again in such a short time to get another chance at it is unbelievable. I really hope that we take this opportunity this time.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely talked about that towards the end of the season, that we wanted to ensure we could just get as high as possible seed-wise, just to be able to host those first games, crucial first games. And then who knows what happens, right? I mean, we had to go into a tough place down to LA and get a result there. And obviously a testament to Toronto as well, for them to go not only to Atlanta, but also beat New York City. So... Good teams find ways, and for us to be able to finish second in the West was crucial. And it's a bit strange for us to end up at home now in this final, but again a ridiculous opportunity, because yes, I think we've seen in this playoff format change that the one-off games are a little bit different. I think the away teams realize that they have to play to their strengths a bit earlier on. They can't just sit back and hope for the best away from home, and then at home they do something different. And the final has always been a one game off, but even though we were able to go to LA and they went to Atlanta, I still think that the advantage has to be a home field advantage. There has to be something there. I mean, we're expecting 69,000 people. I'm expecting the majority to be rooting for us, so we have to make that count. I think our fans have always been amazing, and have helped us really be our 12th man, and I expect nothing else this weekend.
Ives and then Neil.
Honestly, I think I focused on the East very, very late, because we had a huge task ahead of us with LAFC. So for us to, I think we were fully focused on our own game. And once we went down there and we won, we had the trophy, we celebrated the trophy. And then I would say maybe 15 minutes after being in that locker room, that's when I realized, okay, wow, we're going back to the final, and then you started going, well, who's on the other side? I mean, I knew who was on the other side, but then you start realizing, wow, okay, either we're going to Atlanta, we just went to LAFC. I think we can go to Atlanta, we got this. There's an opportunity there, but then there's also obviously Toronto, having done it before in New York City, or against New York City. So it was an opportunity. We had on that next day we had a team dinner that I organized at a local restaurant, and a bunch of us came together and we watched the game. Yeah, I mean the way it unfolded, it was ridiculous, right? We were super excited to be able to play this last game at home. I have to say, very, very excited to be playing in the final, regardless, because, like I said, there's an opportunity for both sides. There's pressure on the home team, no doubt, but I think there's pressure on both teams because it is an opportunity. And like I said, these opportunities don't come along every year. I wish they would, but they don't. So there'll be pressure on both sides, but for us, playing at home, it's in front of our fans that have been a huge part of this organization, of this success. I'm really excited for them.
So this will be our last question with Neil. We have to keep a tight schedule today. As I mentioned, the players will be available on Friday and Saturday as well for additional questions. Neil?
Stefan, Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press. It's been a few years, but I wonder if you could share your thoughts on your time in Toronto, and also if you could tell us what you think of your counterpart in the Toronto goal, Quentin Westberg.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at fondly at my time in Toronto. To be honest, you know, I felt welcomed. The city was a good city, good people, great restaurants. Really, lifestyle is amazing in Toronto. I think the people are amazing there. And yes, we had our struggles as a football team, but it was also nice to make history there and win the first Canadian Cup. At least give the fans a little piece. That was really nice. But other than that, it was frustrating, obviously, towards the end for myself with the injury. But their commitment was always there. I think the organization put so much money into that franchise. I mean, going through so many coaches, state-of-the-art training facility. These are things that cannot be overlooked. And I think it ultimately got them to the success that they had. As for their goalkeepers, you know, they've gone through a few throughout the years. I think they've always had good pieces there. I don't know why they're moving on from them, but what their goalkeeper now has shown is very good. I think he's a shorter goalkeeper, but very, very athletic, very explosive. He's very confident with his feet, and it's obviously in the modern game. It's a big aspect as a goalkeeper. You need to be able to use your feet. So I got nothing but respect for him. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I hope we can put a couple past him on the weekend, but. As a goalkeepers union member, you want to see goalkeepers get fair chances. You know, we all make mistakes. For a goalkeeper, a mistake can be crucial. You know, it can destroy a game, a season. But I think you got to look at the bigger body sometimes of goalkeepers, of their work, and you can't just move on to the next one after one mistake. You got to really realize that a goalkeeper's psyche can be fragile, and you have to nurture that and treat it well. And I hope they give him that because he's a good goalkeeper.